In the world of fashion, there is a kind of beauty that does not need to speak loudly. It does not chase logos. It does not try to attract attention. It does not need display to prove its worth. This is the beauty of quiet luxury, the spirit of old money style, the art of dressing well through quality, proportion, material, and presence. Under the golden hour light of an old European cobblestone street, Clara walks slowly. Her silk midi skirt moves like water. Every step is unhurried, yet completely intentional. Golden hour light touches every fold of fabric, making the silk surface appear luminous, smooth, and alive. True elegance begins here, not from the most expensive item, but from the way a material reflects light, from the way a cut honors the body, from the way one small movement can create a feeling of refinement. As the camera moves closer, we begin to see every thread. Silk is not only a fabric. Silk is the language of softness. It embraces the body with gentleness, while keeping its own quiet nobility. A silk cowl neck top can say more than a large brand symbol placed across the chest. On a balcony filled with flowers, Elena appears in a summer linen outfit. Linen is not perfect in a polished way. It has natural roughness, gentle wrinkles, a raw, honest surface. Yet that rawness is what creates the beauty of effortless luxury. A woman who understands style is not afraid of fabric that feels real. She does not need everything to be too glossy, too new, or too perfect. She chooses linen because it breathes with summer. It receives the wind. It keeps the lightness of the afternoon. Julian crosses the small square and walks toward a vintage cafe. His linen suit does not force itself to look powerful. It is simply enough. Enough stitching, enough structure, enough drape. This is refined menswear that does not need to declare status, because every detail already speaks for itself. In old money style, control lives in the smallest details. A mechanical watch, a hand-stitched leather briefcase, a silver cufflink, a collar adjusted before stepping into the light. These details are not made for showing off. They are made to complete a person. Clara sits at the cafe, lifting an espresso cup in the slanting sunlight. Elena reads a vintage book on the balcony. Julian leans against a fountain, quietly admiring the old architecture. Everything is slow, but nothing is empty. This is the rhythm of high style, not rushed, not loud, not trying to prove anything, only calmness, selection, and a sense of taste refined through time. The camera touches the water of the marble fountain. It touches the linen dress falling over the stone steps. It touches the light gliding across the glass of a watch. Every frame reminds us that the best fashion is not only meant to be seen, it must also make the viewer feel the air, the texture, and the story within it. When Clara and Elena walk together through the street, the contrast between silk and linen becomes beautifully clear. One side is soft, feminine, and romantic. The other is natural, relaxed, and elegant. They do not compete with each other. They complete each other like two sides of an elevated summer wardrobe. That is the secret of elegant summer fashion. It does not require too many colors. It does not need too many accessories. It does not demand complicated choices. It only needs the right fabric, the right silhouette, and the right setting. A smooth, logoless leather handbag, a finely crafted woven bag, a pair of natural pearl earrings, a delicate gold chain. All of them are small, but none of them are weak. They are the quiet punctuation marks that complete the sentence of style. Elegance is not about wearing more. It is about knowing exactly when to stop. In the sunset light, Clara turns, and her silk skirt opens softly like a wave. Elena walks through the stone archway, her hair moving in the wind. Julian drapes his linen jacket over his shoulder, his shadow stretching across the old cobblestones. This is not just a 3D CGI fashion film. It is a lesson in visual taste. A lesson in how clothing can tell a story without needing long explanations. A lesson in how light, material, movement, and architecture can build a world of their own. A world where quiet luxury is not a trend, but an attitude toward life. You do not need to wear the most expensive piece to look truly refined. You need to understand what creates the real value of a garment. It is the fabric, the cut, the proportion, the way it moves when you walk, the feeling it leaves behind after you have left the frame. When Clara, Elena, and Julian walk side by side down the European street, we see a clearer definition of luxury. Not distance, but depth. Not display, but controlled presence. And as the camera slowly pulls back, allowing the three characters to fade into the golden sunset, the final message becomes light, but lasting. Beautiful fashion does not need to shout. It only needs to be felt. The peak of aesthetic dressing begins when every detail has a reason to exist. Every movement has a breath. Every material carries a memory. And every person, when dressed in a style that truly belongs to them, becomes naturally elegant. Quiet luxury, old money, effortless luxury. They are not only styles, they are the art of living slowly, choosing carefully, and shining through stillness. True luxury does not live in a logo. It lives in presence. Not loud, not excessive, simply beautiful, deeply refined, and unforgettable.